water, earth, air. And we went a little early. My grandmother used to tell me stories about the old days. A time of peace when downtime TV kept balance between the water tribes, Earth Kingdom, Fire Nation, and Air Nomads. But that all changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Only downtime TV, master of all four elements, can bring balance to the world. And we will. Welcome back. Yeah, badabadoo. What a good time to be alive.
Wow, dude.
It's been 5 years since Avatar has released anything. Korra being the last of it. Cheers with the root beer.
Stewards.
If you don't know, Avatar Last Airbender live action has released 8 episodes on Netflix. We're going to start off, though, with some fun news. First, I'm going to say we watched all 8 episodes. I did. I'm a huge fan. When I say huge fan, I'm talking Die Hard, my favorite show. So some actors that are, returning from the cartoon to the live action, Daniel Day Kim being the most famous, who voiced General Fong in Avatar The Last Airbender, and Hiroshi Sato in The Legend of Korra. And who's he playing? None other than Fire Lord Ozai. So talk about an upgrade, even though those were big characters. James Tsai, which is a cool thing. Tony's laughing over there. Why?
We're getting some comments in from Instagram right now.
Who is it?
It's some of the SCM guys here.
Oh yeah,
Robbie, Connor, you met. They're all at the Horseshoe right now.
Are they?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah. They're welcome for that.
Of course, obviously. Yeah, there's Jared too.
They're welcome for
so funny
for being there. We definitely put them on. But so James Tsai, he's the cabbage guy. He's making a return. George Takei, he gets to come in here. Fire Nation Warden.
George Takei?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
He was the voice of the Warden in Avatar.
That's dope.
And now he is voicing a CGI character. He's the voice of Ko. Oh my God, he is. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Clyde Kustasu was the voice of he was in the Avatar Last Airbender. And now we also have a bonus, Randall Duke Kim, which I don't even know who that is, but so there's that. I also want to preface 8 episodes. Episode 1, Aang. Episode 2, Warriors. Episode 3, Omashu. 4, Into the Dark. 5, Spirited Away. 6, Masks. 7, The North. And 8, Legends. All right. I also want to add before we keep going that I didn't look up how to say his name, but Brian Konietzko and Michael Dante DiMartino, the creators, spent 2 years on the project before exiting due to creative differences, and I saw them. Let's go Yankees, Bronx 718. Barnes is right about that. So we're just going to go right off into the first episode and my thoughts as I was watching it. The intro scene starts off with an earthbender running with a note in his hand, fleeing from the firebenders, who ultimately catch up to him. He hands off the note. Go give this to the Earth Kingdom. Warn him, war is coming.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually Fire Lord Sozin, you get a glimpse of him, not like super young, but like, it's in his prime because, the comet's coming, he's taking over, he's doing his thing. And he burns him alive. You see it.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's like, whoa. Then from there, it goes straight to, you could play this, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
It goes to, because this is how the intro actually starts. So this is the difference. So this is how it starts. I'm telling you how it starts in live action just now.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes to Aang back then as a kid in the Southern Air Temple like, doing his thing.
Right.
And you get introduced to him and Monk Gyatso and all that jazz. So then finally you get to this scene where it's Sokka, it's Katara, and I even wrote here on point, Sokka more so. Honestly, Katara could have been played by Jenna Frank.
Oh, wow.
It's her sister, I think. But it's not. But they easily could have been Jenna Frank. If I was managing her, that'd be a role she would
be running for that.
She would have had that role. It'd be like Jenna Frank, and then it'd be Murmurs of Green Ranger. Now we'd have that lined up.
Crazy. Who's your manager?
Probably your mom. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
So Prince Zuko, I wrote, is too nice. First episode off rip. So that's a common theme you're going to hear throughout this. Spoilers if anyone's new
Out
here. We watched all of it. This is episode 1, Aang. Then finally, as this happens, Katara, and then they get caught in a drift.
Yeah, what are you thinking right now during the show? Are you kind of buying into it?
Yeah,
you
I
are.
am.
Okay.
I'm buying into it early. I'm like, okay, giving it a shot. It's okay that Prince Zuko's nice. It's okay they went to this different route early on, and I'm into it right now. Episode 1 ends with Aang escaping with the gang, from the Fire Nation and everything. It's all, they missed some stuff. Like the reason why Prince Zuko discovers them is the beam or whatever, but then also they mess around on a warship. The penguin scene, they don't have the Aang and his playing with the penguins and penguin sledding. That's a big
penguin
thing.
sledding. Yeah.
You ride the penguins.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's so much fun. So where he gets angry and realize, okay, so yeah, they show him going to the Northern Air Temple where he gets angry and realizes his calling. You know what I mean? He does the whole, and they're like, Aang, and he's like, I know my calling. You know what I mean? That's how episode 1 ends, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm fired up. I'm kind of like, it's not what I thought, but I was like, this is good though. All right, but like I said, Prince Zuko's too nice. So next we're gonna go into episode 2. We could get that out of there. Yep. And it's called Warriors. And I even wrote Prince Zuko is still iffy for me. Through all this, he plays him more of himself to start. Well, I wrote when they get to Kyoshi Island and the guards get them to sign. Like, I need a sign, they say, basically, of what's going on. The statue lights up. And I even got a clip for us. In the original, when they get to Kyoshi Island, Aang's tied up here. And it's a great scene. It's the thing that's been taken away, too, as we go on, is certain moments hinder the character development and the showing of certain, people's personalities.
Right.
Like, right here, they're getting captured. And in this scene, basically, they're like, Kyoshi Island is known to have stayed dormant these last 100 years. They've stayed out of the war. Everybody knows it. They don't start none, they're not out there. They're not, they're just to themselves. They're on an island.
Switzerland.
Basically.
Yeah.
And so now they're like, he's like, this is the, do your thing, blah, blah. So he gets himself out of this with a nice little air bend, and everyone's like, oh my God, it's the Avatar. But in the live action, the statue that they're posted up against, Kyoshi statue, is gets lit up. So that's like a little thing that I was like, okay. I even wrote as we go on, because it cuts from this to General Iroh. And I said General Iroh is doing well for me as an actor. Not the same as because Uncle Iroh is a tough character to play. Especially he's so beloved here. I know.
Oh, wait, you want me to
You cut to my type probably, right?
Yeah.
Uncle Iroh is such a beloved character that it's hard to be that, but I did say that he did a good job, and I'm liking it, Iroh. And I said loving Momo and Appa. They introduced. That's another thing in episode 1. You didn't get to see Appa as a baby, because that's how they meet. Appa, when you're an Airbender, you meet your, flying bison as a baby. So Appa was full grown. It was ridiculous. I was like, all right, well, whatever. But the CGI and all that stuff it's very realistic. You can tell they put the money into it. Again, I wrote Sokka is on point, and we are on episode 2, Warriors. And I wrote this because these are the things that I loved about Avatar so much. All the answers are within your past selves, ancestors, source. One must go within to find the true answers and healing we are looking for. Really just cool stuff. 22:54 left in this episode. I wrote Zuko asking about the boat being too slow. Uncle Iroh responds, and again, no anger from Zuko. He just calmly accepts it. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. When it's like Prince Zuko would absolutely freak out in this situation, and have none of it. Suki and Sokka, that's a Kyoshi warrior, Suki. Sokka is obviously Sokka. But Suki and Sokka, their chemistry together are great. I said good casting for Suki, but you'll see I add something a little bit later. Admiral Zhao character on point. Love the casting I wrote. A little too melancholy, but I still like him. Certain parts with the Kyoshi should have been cut out. She's not the best actress who plays Suki, so limiting it would have made it more impactful when she spoke. This is one of her scenes right here when he falls in love when they get a little Russell tussle. He says what? And he's like, oh, that hurts. Of course. I was gonna go easy on you. Yeah, let's see what you got. And then she backhands him. And in the live action, she does basically the same thing, and he gets so embarrassed that he just walks away. And then it's like another scene. He comes into the dojo and they tussle it out and they're dancing and they have a scene where it's like, and this is her, and I'm Sokka, and he's like, and she's like, and they keep doing their like fighting routine. He sees it's his first time.
Like in Daredevil, kind of like when Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner.
No, I
fighting.
I don't know.
In the park.
No,
dude, we just saw that. Come on, man.
Stop it, man.
It was on all day in the studio.
We watched all day. I didn't watch it. Not all of it. I missed that part.
You watched that part.
Not that part.
You rewound it and watched it twice.
So, okay. I said, I don't know how I feel about Momo having a monkey-like screech when the Fire Nation was fighting the Kyoshi warriors in Sokka. He sounded like a monkey.
Yeah.
He's not a monkey. Like, why? Like, that's another thing. It's like throughout this show, there's a theme of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Storyline.
Right.
Rushing. We'll get to it because it starts happening soon. You could just see my demeanor and my notes change. So there's this part where Aang goes into the spirit world and he channels Kyoshi, but she is like, let me show you how it's done. And it was like so off kilter for me because it's like that's just not how it happens. Like the only time, like when it happened, she gives him advice and he goes and does his thing and kicks ass basically. She goes and does it for him. She like lands and she's like, and it was like, I was like, okay. And so first time seeing Avatar power was cool. All the elements I'm saying with her, because she comes into the physical. And I even wrote, they mentioned this. You can only call upon past avatars when you're in their shrine to manifest them in the physical. So that's what happened in that moment. They answered that for me because they're like, Mike's out there. But I knew that with another. They did it in another part of the show, but that happened then, not here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like in the original animated series, it happened further down
Yeah.
the line.
With another avatar,
Oh, okay.
a Fire Lord. And 1240 range avatar Kyoshi comes. I said that. It was Aang, da da da. Oh, I wrote this was hilarious. So Suki, when they're saying goodbye to them and stuff, Suki puts her fan, because there's this part where like a firebender shoots fire at Sokka, and he takes her fan and he's like, and he blocks it right when they're fighting the Fire Nation. And
and I'm trying to see if I can.
Those are different. No, those are different episodes and shit.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Those are all different episodes. This is like specifically in this tab. See, like the Boiling Rock escape. These are all different moments. With her clearly in it.
Right. No, I was gonna see if one of these, if it's.
No, it's not.
No,
it's okay.
no.
But so they're fighting, and it doesn't happen. He hits the fan. But so in the live action though, she takes the fan when they're saying goodbye, and she puts it right by his booba.
Come on, stop it.
I'm not even joking. And the next scene is her mom, I think it was, and she's just like smiling at her, like,
go get that booba.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's yours.
Your booba.
You put the fan there. You claimed it. So I thought that was hilarious. As they're flying away, the mom is like,
yeah.
So
right.
Can you call upon past sabotage? But debut end of episode 2, seeing Fire Lord Ozai a little bit. Music at the end, I even wrote, is a little more high pitched and a little different. Also, speed.
That's weird.
A little different too.
Right.
I wrote. So I noticed that. Now we're gonna roll on over to episode 3, entitled Omashu. This is big, folks, because this is where things start getting a little negative for me. This is in particular one scene. We'll get to it. Just pause it for 1 second.
You got it, dude.
Start is odd to this episode. Off rip. It's like it hits me off. There's this resistance out of nowhere in the Fire Nation, which is
like a rebellion almost.
Yeah. Already, and they're like, we gotta go and kill Fire Lord Ozai. And they make their way to him, and I even wrote, lame way to introduce Fire Lord Ozai and his power, in my opinion. He's great, but it was cool to have him be very mysterious throughout like the show until he like comes out and he's just like, and he's just terrorizing, and you're like, oh my god, and you see him kick the shit out of his son and stuff, and like burn him and everything. You just see he's just not a nice guy, dude,
right,
at all. And so he's like, very admirable that you'd make it here. But, and just like burns the shit out of all of them, like 8 of them alive. And I was like, very lame. And then all of a sudden, Azula's there. And she's like, and I'm like, what? And I even wrote, Azula's supposed to come in way later. Very lame. Glad she is pissed Zuko found him, because like they find out the avatar has been found by Zuko, and she's like, you see her face get mad, and I'm like, all right, well, at least she's tight about that. Like, she doesn't like her brother,
right?
Which is, she hates her brother.
Supposed to be in the show. Yeah, I remember.
So they're learning Water Whip. The Omashu episode. This is a little. We are Fire Nation. I wrote this. We are Fire Nation, even out here. And I wrote, what are you talking about? What have they done to Prince Zuko? Because he's just like, I don't know. I could tell something's off. And so this scene right here, they took this out. And if you want, you could watch it. It seems like it's just 1:10.
Like with the full volume?
Yeah, I think we could do it.
State your business.
My business is my business, young man, and none of yours. I've got half a mind to bend you over my knee and pedal your backside.
Great
Well,
acting opportunity for the kid.
Just tell me who you are.
Name's Bonzu, Pippin Pedalopsicopoulos the third, and these are my grandkids.
Hi, June Pippin Paddleopsicopoulos. Nice to meet you.
You seem like a responsible young lady. See that your grandfather stays out of trouble. Enjoy Omashu.
We will.
Like he can't be found. He's
Right.
the Avatar. That's why he's
Wait
the
a
guy.
minute. You're a strong young boy. Show some respect for the elderly and carry your grandfather's bag.
Good idea.
None of this. This is
Yeah.
all X.
Oh,
Yeah, but this part is sick when you see this. And
That's
they
funny.
also missed the Cabbage Man. That's nothing with us.
no, yeah, that was the next video. up.
Um,
There's nothing with us.
introducing the Cabbage Dude was lame. No comedy to it. They just had like
Supposed
it
to
was
be-
like a wide angle, and
Yeah.
they just showed him like getting flung off the bridge. When it was like it's supposed to be like, you know, a nice little tight of him, and he's like, "Where's my cabbages?" And it's like. And it's like it's a constant theme through the whole thing, and even in Korra, he's like there's like a famous cabbage market and
nice,
shit.
nice.
It's like he blew his family
Right.
lineage and stuff.
So I'm getting that they like kind of let a lot of these side characters out that had like not significant but noticeable story arcs in the universe, right?
You'll see. This is just the beginning, dude. You're about to get your mind blown, all right?
Really?
So they don't cover up his tattoos. They go in on a cart and they introduce Jet. Jet is a certain character. He is the leader of, I think they're called like the Freedom Fighters or something like that. I forgot right now. Let me get it up real quick. Jet, Avatar, Last Airbender. There he is, rat bastard. So yeah, he comes in at season 1, episode 10. We're on 3. So a little alarming, if you ask me. Right? You could say to yourself, all right, well, you can't really say anything because they have so much money. They've had so much time. There's no need to rush this and take that awesome moment and acting opportunity away from that kid and everything with having this character Jet come in, and he has his own cool arc. They that's another thing. They had Jet living with these people right outside the city. They were more up in the woods, and they had this whole Peter Pan living style vibe in the trees and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, very cool. And not as much. Like it was very limited with that. So they brought Jet in there early for that. And I don't know. I just didn't like that.
Why do you think they are speeding through these things?
I think they think there's too much, but
To
like
cover?
there's not. It's just like, dude, Game of Thrones.
Right.
It's the same thing, dude. You could have done the same thing.
Like how many books are in 3?
3.
Like, why wouldn't they do like it's like that?
Because they're not thinking, dude. So, and these were 20-minute episodes, the cartoons.
Right. You're doubling up with an hour, right? They're hour long.
Like what are we talking about?
That's crazy.
So, dude, it gets crazier. CGI, I said, first of all, I don't like this character. They're taking away from the whole Mashu scene with the bang, with Aang being old and taking away from Sokka's character as well and his comedic. Instead, we got Jet flirting with Katara. That happens later.
Right. In season 3, you said.
No, season 1, episode 18 or something, or season at 10. We're 3.
Oh, episode 3.
Yeah, we're like this is
Jeez,
7
dude.
episodes ahead. He's supposed to get introduced.
Right.
There's so much that happens in that time frame, dude. It's ridiculous. So I literally wrote, I don't like this character. CGI and animation of the city of Omashu are great, I wrote, but I don't like the side cart character. I wrote again. This is where I said no. Stop it. Are you kidding me? I think I was watching it here live this morning on TikTok Live when Marco was here even. Tio, you could pull him up. He is I don't know if I even sent you something about him, but I did send season 1, episode 17, the Northern Air Temple. Basically, chat, they put in episode 3, season 1, episode 17, as well as episode 5. Or I'm sorry, episode 17 into episode 3 and episode 5. So sorry. A lot, I know. So this episode, look at this character. Dude, it's called the Northern Air Temple. They introduced this kid and his father. That's his father right there. They look alike. They look like it in the live action. It's a good job, decent job with the kid. The father more so in the live action. But dude, look where they live. In the Northern Air Temple. That's why Aang thinks, because they're flying and stuff. The dad's an inventor and everything. But guess where they live? In a Fire Nation city. Not or in Omashu. I'm sorry, in Omashu. And that's not true. They have him in Omashu. He doesn't live there. They live in the Northern Air Temple. So they put these characters in here. And I was just like, no way. Teo in the wheel cart and his father Sal in the Omashu scene. They live in Omashu? No, I wrote. I understand they have to combine episodes, but one of the biggest parts, they completely botched the King of Umashu episode. Like this episode, dude, I think I sent you a video of Aang destroys. Yeah,
right here.
Yo, play this. After they come into this, you could do it with the volume off just in case. After they come into Omashu, look what happens. They show this beautiful city. Look, it's not ruined, right? In the live action, Aang sees a homeless man and is like, I know my calling. I have to help people. The city, like, dude, the city's thriving.
Right.
In this, you know, Omashu is one of the great cities left. And look, the first thing Aang wants to do is what he did when he was a king with his friend Boomy, who's now the king. But this is him as a kid. They flash back. They did some flashbacks, but they didn't do it well like this. And you see they go riding through the city, and they do this, but it's the last clip of this episode, dude, and it doesn't matter anymore. So like they look.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, so they do this right now and everything, and it's great, but they took this out. This is why he gets put in jail, to then see King Boomy, for King Boomy to realize he's Aang. Aang doesn't know King Boomy, and in the live action, they know everything.
Oh, really?
It's like they watch the show. So I'm like, what the hell, dude? That's like, that's the part that's missing.
King Boomy knows that this is the Avatar is already here. Like he knows that this is the Avatar. Aang is the Avatar.
They're not hiding it.
Right.
No one's hiding it like in the show.
He's disguised right now because people would recognize him.
There's no more
way you can't.
Airbenders left. They killed them all.
Right.
And so now there's look, that I love that shot right there. It's one of my favorites. Like just in this part is all missing for me a little bit too. Like this is character development. This is you getting a taste of Aang, getting understand who he is, and like I said earlier, you got to miss out on some of Sokka's comedy, you know, and this and that. And so I'm gonna keep going though. 34 minutes in, Aang sees a homeless person is saying he will stay in Omashu and with Teo and his father. Like he goes and lives with them now, like all of them. And I wrote no Aang destroying Omashu scene. There's none of this. Azula doesn't enter until season 2 as the antagonist, as well as Mai and Ty Lee. They have him in episode 3. What did I just say? The antagonist for season 2
is in episode 3.
Dude. Like that's why I wanted to come talk about this, because I can't
so crazy.
Believe this.
Yeah, that is nuts. Like what are they thinking?
They didn't they can make I just feel like you could make so much more money.
If you elongate this.
this is a cash
Right.
cow, dude. And now you see that why they left.
Mhm.
Creative differences.
Creative
I
differences.
understand, dude. Tio and his father are lame, I wrote. His father's story is lame. He helps the army, but they are supposed to be in the Northern Air Temple. Where is the challenge with King Boomy? I wrote as this, as this episode's going on. The whole story arc and all that is botched. I wrote. These are my just like thoughts.
Ugh.
Why did they introduce Jet so early? Because finally you get to know it's Jet. Because he's like, it's so corny. Where did I write you? Oh, where are you? I wrote somewhere, I'm sorry. I wrote somewhere, this is giving me the 100 vibes.
The 100?
Do you know what that is?
No, what is that?
It's a show. Look it up. Like the way it's shot and acting, it started off as one of the leads is the creator.
The 100 on Netflix?
Yeah, 7 seasons, bro.
Wow.
Obviously, by the end of it, they got mad money, but in the beginning, that was so B. It was like you look at not this. This is like season 4. That's season 1.
Like,
That's
Twilight
season
vibes.
1, dude. There's 100 juvenile
season
delinquents that get sent to Earth because you can inhabit now. That dude right there, Bellamy. I can't believe I remember his name. To the left. Yeah, that's the creator of it.
Looks like a big DB.
He's nice. That's him, the creator of the 100.
No,
The lead.
good for him. So
Anyway,
so yeah,
this gives me the 100 vibes with the acting and the way it's shot and the dramatic, send-offs like to the next scene.
So like, does it feel kind of cheap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Can you believe that?
No,
Can you believe it?
I can't believe it, dude.
I'm telling you, I was perplexed. I'm perplexed now. That's why I needed therapy.
Mm-hmm.
I said, why did they introduce Jet so early? Also, that's a whole episode in itself. Jet's episode, I said. Introducing Longshot and Pipsqueak was all right, but really upset they combined multiple episodes into one.
Mm-hmm.
These characters I'm talking about were introduced in episode 10. So we got season 2, episode 5, episode 17, and 10 in one episode.
Jeez.
So far.
Right.
In the 3rd episode.
Mm-hmm.
Can you understand why I was like,
yeah, it's kind of, and it's not even like they're combining like, episodes like 4, 5, and 6. It's episode 3. It's like all over the place.
And that's why I had to do this review.
Right.
Binge Buddies had to do this review.
Crazy, dude.
Because we need to tell the truth out here.
Yeah.
I know the truth. That's why I got the receipts, bud.
I was telling you before the show, like, I've read good things.
I know.
People are like, oh, they did it.
No, they didn't. So we're gonna keep going. They are making Sokka into an engineer, not a warrior. If they change that, I will kill them. I wrote because the dad's like, Tio's father is like, we're not all supposed to be warriors. Some of us have different callings. And it's like, it's not. It's like, no, dude. There's a whole arc about you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about how you don't have powers. And like, you find out what your power is, dude. And he like goes and trains with the top swordsman, Fire Nation.
Mm-hmm.
They sneak into the Fire Nation in one part of the trilogy. And he gets trained by the head dude, the most badass swordsman. And to graduate, you have to duel him and beat him.
That's sick.
So if they're
awesome.
If they're like,
oh, he's gonna be a nice engineer, man. Build me a bridge.
I will, like in season 2, because it hasn't happened yet. Thank God, he's still like, I'm a warrior.
Right. But if it
goes that
like
route,
a walk away moment,
it's
thrown in the towel.
M. Night
Rocky.
Shyamalan.
Oh,
bad because it's not there. Obviously, like it's
right.
it's just crazy, and I hate to be the one to do this, but oh, did I not write episode 4?
Episode 4.
Episode 4 is Into the Dark.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're about to go
Sounds
into the dark.
spooky. Yeah.
Like because you don't know what's going on anymore.
Okay.
I like literally. Oh, that's it for episode 5. Episode 5 is hilarious. But I go again. Horrible Boomy introduction. Horrible actor who's playing Boomy.
Okay. Who's
I don't know. I don't know. The whole it's just everything about Boomy. There's certain parts where like it's squeaked out, like a good portrayal of him, but it just was not good. King Boomy, Prince Zuko as the masked character saving Aang. No, that comes in later. They made Boomy lame and angry and bitter. I go, hopefully it's an act. Yeah. The makeup. There you get that. Yeah, maybe that. Oh, yeah, that's not bad.
That's what he looks like?
And then look at that to the left.
Yeah, I know. I
you know what he looks like.
I know.
Like.
Yeah, it looks like that.
That's a lot better. What are we doing?
I know it's tough, dude. Interesting. That was like a criticism of One Piece too.
Stuff like that.
Like characters like that obviously would need a lot of makeup and how they would come out. And like One Piece, One Piece, right? The live action anime one on Netflix. They like flubbed some characters.
Yeah, so
I mean that looks pretty like yeah.
No, it's fine. Like that's fine. That's that the fighting and everything like that, dude's dope. Everything like that's fine. All that stuff is great. That stuff's fine, but I knew that was gonna be fine. I didn't need to worry about that. I was worried about what's happening. It's tough because if I wasn't a real fan, this would be somewhat decent, but still would think it's not great. I wrote. So it's like not.
That's a good thought.
To
write down.
Yeah, I didn't have an ending to that, but I just remember King Boomy, the whole challenge with King Boomy was different also. And at the end, it continues into here. I'm sorry. So continuing into episode 5, which is called Spirited Away. I go, they are horribly tackling the spirit world, Winter Solstice part 1 and 2. Horribly, I wrote. Again, with these episodes to this point, it seems like they rushed the storyline when they could have had multiple seasons and made more money overall. This is me in episode 5. Zhao didn't discover the Avatar. Zuko did. He's the one who displayed resilience and dedication. That's what I expect from a future heir. Nice. Lord Ozai says to, I always forget her name. I'm so shy with her because she pisses me off that she hates her brother so much. I try to erase her from my mind.
Erase her from my mind. Zuko's sister?
Princess Azula.
Azula.
No, that's not it.
Prince Zuko's sister.
Can you just type it up for me?
I'm doing it right now. Prince.
There's just so much going on in my head. Chat. It's crazy.
Sister.
So Lord Ozai, I said he would never talk
Azula.
about. Yeah, Azula. Okay, thank you. I knew it. He would never talk about Zuko like that. He hates him. Actually, he doesn't like his son. He looks at him as weak because he's like his mother, and his mother wasn't weak. She's just compassionate,
right? Which is not weakness.
Empathetic. And Zuko is. I love his character arc. That's my favorite character in the story because of his story arc. Dude, such a low, dark place,
right? And
to go join the person that's your purpose, you think, to kill, to then aid, to kill your, not kill, but like, because Aang actually makes that ultimate choice in the end and he spares him and just takes his head and literally takes his powers from him. He turns into the Avatar and it's like, and he takes his powers from him instead of killing him and tying him up in jail for life.
Whoa.
Till he's dead. That's the punishment you do to a Fire Lord. But anyway, so we're multiple seasons when Zhao didn't discover. I do love the messages. I go, the writing could be better. Aang going into the spirit is cool. That's where we could go. No. This
right here.
So we get to go into this world over here. But the thing is, Aang goes in the spirit realm by himself. He doesn't bring Katara and Sokka. And in the live action, they're there. So I even wrote that's lame. That thing is Herbei, the spirit. Seeing that was cool for the first time I wrote. But I wrote Zuko and Lord Iron aren't bad. Like I said, if I didn't watch the OG a million times, this would be decent. June is introduced now. Did I say June? She's one. Oh yeah, June. Dude, June is a bounty hunter. This badass chick who has like this like weird dog thing that like can sniff anything and find you anywhere in the world as long as you're alive. And in season 1, episode beta of the Water Tribe, that's where she gets introduced, but she's already here and they're trying to track Aang already. I wrote the writing is horrible. Wan Xingtong gets introduced, which is like that's season 2, episode 10, bro. This is that I'm talking about this Wan Xingtong is this big owl character that's in this library where it's such a sick episode where you get introduced to him because they're out in the middle of the desert. They have to get this information in this library that's underneath the library is underneath the desert, and the owl is this huge mythical creature that guards it and stuff. And if you have to bring knowledge in order to get something out.
Oh wow.
So once they finally he realizes what they're doing, they're getting chased out at the end. They finally make it out. Appa's missing. Pirates stole him.
Oh my god.
Scene ends. Next episode. And it's this whole dude, there's one episode, I hope they don't botch it, where it's like it's Appa only.
Oh, nice.
It's crazy. So not in here. I'm talking about in the cartoon.
Right, in the cartoon, yeah.
So Zuko, June is introduced. The writings are Wan Xing. Yeah, so he's introduced. That's season 2, episode 10. We're season 1, episode 5. So again, very backwards. Prince Zuko is still too nice to his uncle too early. He's too nice in general, I wrote. Like, eventually he's nice to his uncle. He doesn't realize how great he has an uncle at first, and he's respectful to his uncle. He's not respectful to anybody. He's an asshole.
Right. Snot-nosed guy. He's tight about his face.
Selfish, everything, all that stuff, dude. It's a whole character arc, bro, that they're like losing, bro. Like, think about what I'm saying. He's nice. He's had moments with Aang already, dude, where they're like, it's like, what are we doing here? He's like, do you think? It's like, no.
It's like, no, you're supposed to be mad at me.
Yeah. Seeing Herbei was cool for the first time. That was that like panda mythical spiritual creature. Hakka get introduced to the knowledge seekers, the fox-like spirit assistants, which is weird because they have her being, which I wasn't sure if that was true. I got to do my fact check on that. But we see Ko, the face stealer. All right. And I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, we see Ko, the face stealer.
This guy right here?
No, that's it's coming though. Ko, the face stealer is coming.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's one of his past avatar selves. And that's another thing I loved about this show. This show depicts true stuff, chakras, healing. This is ancestral. We're all, I believe, this is all of us. We are all the avatar, right? And we can unlock our past ancestors, our source, universal source, that is God, and tap into the spiritual world to navigate this world. And this show does a great job of depicting it. They did a great job with the CGI for this thing, though. This thing was creepy in live action. You're not allowed to make... Oh. Yeah, dude. And you're not allowed to make a reaction or it steals your face.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Like, that's why... And he doesn't... Aang knows that, though, in the live action. Like that.
Oh, he just knows that?
Just knows it. Can handle it. Oh, you're the
Wow,
one.
and it changes faces to what like ones that it's
to make you,
stolen.
yeah, and like or people you love too.
Oh, it could do anybody.
Yeah, so co-find, but he like you keeps you though. Fog of Lost Souls is mentioned also in Avatar: Last Airbender,
Mhm.
live action, which that doesn't come until Katara, which that's just a little, you could mention in the first one. Obviously, it
Right.
existed then too, which I don't mind. But we're gonna go into episode 6. So pretty doing a good job right now.
Well, yeah, doing a great job.
Prince Zuko's speech is sad. What they did to his character is pathetic. I wrote this whole intro to episode 6 is horrible. Season 1, episode 13, originally for the show, is when we get introduced to the Blue Spirit, which is that mask character. And then season 1, episode 8 is when we have Aang visit Avatar Roku as he reaches a temple in the Fire Nation with the crew. So we've combined two iconic. This is one of my favorite episodes. This is just an episode in itself with the mask.
Mhm.
All right. And then you combine episode 8 where Aang visits Roku. It's like, what are we doing, dude? These are like it's just they were rushed too. You know what I'm saying? Like, Avatar Roku was too silly. Yeah, like he's like, just joking, Aang. Avatar Roku is very serious.
Mhm.
He there's no time to joke right now. It's been 100 years, Aang.
Right.
Take it
Yeah.
serious. Like, what are you? The world's in chaos. He's a spiritual entity now. That was an
Is this him?
avatar. I said, yeah. Look how serious he is. Well, he's kind of smiling right there, right now.
Yeah.
But he's not like he's telling him to go back after they just had a serious conversation and go bust some ass.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna, they're gonna do it together because they can't watch. This is the moment I was telling about that happens later. Look what episode this is. 8, not 3 when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. It's dope. They're talking a little more.
Now he seems
I have
very
something very
serious.
important to tell you, Aang. That is why we're in the spirit world. Such a good. I sent my dragon to find you. We never saw the dragon.
Oh,
Like, oh, that's right. Avatar Roku doesn't even help him defeat his enemies outside. June and her dog take Aang down, which never happened. Like, watch. Remember I told you June? Look, they're all watch. This doesn't happen. I am part of you, right? A great danger awaits you at the temple. I can help you face the threat. This is the first time you ever see that they could do this, by the way. But they put the girl one to do it and the guy one to take out.
Oh.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that until now. But look what happens. Like this is bad. And everyone's like, yeah, they can't believe it's him.
Yeah.
Because they think it's Aang, but it's not. And everyone's like, what? Yeah, they can't believe it's Roku. And he's like, get me out of here.
Yeah.
He's like,
Jesus.
Yeah, this doesn't happen in this one. None of this happens. That dog catcher lady comes in and is like,
with the smell dog.
Yeah, with that will lick you and put you out. And then Aang's like looking around, and all of a sudden it's like, none of this happens, bro. They take down the temple, bro. Anyway, so how Zuko and Uncle Iroh. Yeah, Uncle Iroh, that's how they captured Aang. And now they're all together riding in a cart. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't happen. You're seeing what's happening right now. The way, and then they go flashback. The way Zuko gets in an Agni Kai with his father is lame, because in the OG story, you don't see that either. In the OG story, excuse me, he just speaks.
Oh, the stream went down on YouTube.
It's all right.
Probably come back.
It just in the I'm sorry, I just lost train of
Still
thought.
got two. Sorry.
How's Zuko and Uncle Iroh got hold? Yeah. When he gets challenged to the Agni Kai, he just speaks out of turn once. That's it. And then in this one, it's a whole thing and da 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 da. Lame the relationship Aang and Zuko are having. It's too kind from Zuko and too personal. No character development at all, I wrote. Good to see him get angry, I wrote after that. They showed because he's like, you think we could be friends? He's like, ah, and like tried to shoot him with fire, which I was like, all right, thank God. They showed Zuko having the opportunity to beat his father. And that's like, there's a thing. Compassion is a weakness. That's why, like, he was about to beat his dad in the Agni Kai. Stop it.
Never would happen.
Stop it, Tony. He can't even beat his drunk uncle. He's going to beat his prime
dad. Yeah. Fucking,
he's like and there's just one shot where he's like, and his dad's like, and he doesn't do it. He's like, and he's like, and then they literally show him like about to, and then it's like, and compassion. Dad comes into the room, to the bed. Compassion is a sign of weakness. That's what triggered his, like, when Aang, like, you know, was talking to him. He's like, that's what made him mad again.
Back up on YouTube.
Nice. Oh, on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, it was YouTube.
Yeah. What do you think I said?
Oh, I thought you meant Instagram. Sorry, I'm just, there's so much. So
I don't know. You're doing great, dude.
Episode 7, it is called The North. All right.
The North. Cold.
They combine, you know, season 1, episode 19, part 1 and 2. Siege of the North, part 1 and 2. Those are the episodes. They combine those. Those are M. Night Shyamalan. That's what you guys watched. That's what you watched with the big water spirit. Killing of the fish, remember? This is that episode, basically.
Okay. Yes.
Revamped. Run it back.
Not happy.
All I did was write. They did that. It was all right. As you could tell by the end of this, my notes are
less and less.
I mean, it was just because I'm gonna watch it again too. I really am. I'm gonna run it back. But it's definitely, you could tell the writers aren't involved, the creators. And then episode 8. So episode 7 obviously ends with, you know, Aang and doing the whole monster thing. It's literally that episode, chat. As an attack on the Northern Water Tribe looms, Katara challenges a master waterbender. Sokka meets a princess, and Aang tanks Kuruk's words are It's a whole thing. The whole thing. It's all the same. And then episode 8, Legends. I just wrote it ends with Omashu being seized, and then Sozin's comet being teased. So, yeah. And which is what so they're basically saying season 2. I mean, I think there might only be 2 there's no way. How many seasons are they gonna do? They're focused on other stuff, I think.
The books or the movies.
Doesn't that look like Jenna Frank?
A little bit does, yeah. I can see the shape of her head.
Yeah. I want to watch it with you. Like, you know, I'll watch it again. I think people should watch it. I'm not saying don't watch it, but you should know that is all I'm saying.
Right.
Like, you should definitely watch the cartoon if you want to be a real fan of it, because I mean, iconic scenes, iconic moments, iconic character development. The rushing. Like, it's slow. It's not slow. What's slow about all this? What's slow about just walking and this and that and like all this different stuff that happens in the show? Nothing. That's why you bought it. That's why you're making a live action, is all I'm saying. And it's just kind of sad that they clearly rushed it, and you see now why the writers or the creators, I'm sorry,
left.
I'm just getting their names up.
So now where DiVincenzo, no,
Brian Konietzko and Michael Dante DiMartino.
DiMartino. Where does this leave you now for like what's
I'm
coming
watching.
next?
I'm gonna
Like,
keep
you-
coming. I'm
Right.
gonna watch it, and I'm just shocked. I watched it all day. You know, so I'm it's fresh in my mind. It's just, you know, it could have been better.
more detailed, more methodical.
Yeah, like remember not Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones.
Mhm.
Like imagine, I just think that's such a good way to do it.
Yeah, and
Those
I mean,
first couple seasons, I know everybody says, "Well,
right.
but still,
But
whatever."
I mean, think about it, those first 3 seasons. Sorry, we're like the first 3 books, like pretty, like verbatim, like what happened.
And I never read the book, so I wouldn't know. But
I read the first book.
that's why people loved them, huh?
Yeah, and look at even like The Last of Us too. Season 1 was their first game, like pretty much shot for shot.
I'm trying to think about because I've watched this series so much, I could think of every episode. There's not one filler. And like the journey is the story. Like, just like I said, just the walking scenes and stuff, certain things that the interactions that happen throughout,
Right.
those are character development things.
Yeah.
Like there's a scene where Uncle Iroh with his jasmine tea, and he's just so funny with his certain things, but like he just wants to sit in a hot tub of water, like this hot water,
Mhm.
you know, natural hot tub place. So they do. So you know, Zuko's like, fine. You know, but better be at the boat. And of course, he gets captured by Earthbenders.
Classic.
Yeah, you know, so it's just like, I don't know.
Like that little, like you said, a filler episode with a side quest that does nothing to the main storyline, but still it does offer, like you said, like an insight on a character.
But that's the thing. I wouldn't even say that. It's like I said that there's no real fillers because those episodes are epic.
Mhm.
Like those. Uncle Iroh is Fire Nation, but you like Uncle Iroh,
Right.
because of that shit. Because you see his personality. He's not a
Mhm.
Fire Nation.
Right.
And so it's just crazy, dude. I'm interested to see what happens. I'm all about it. I think the next thing coming is if I'm pretty sure, the cartoon movie.
Right. The movie. Yes.
I know they are definitely doing. I've heard this, and I'm sure they're going to do it. They're going to do Avatar: Last Airbender, another show series, but Aang and the crew in their like 30s and stuff.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah, it is. It takes us when they're older. Avatar.
That's it. It's all right.
And I want like their whole lineup.
They don't have. I don't think they have that like launched.
'24 TV series.
I'm proud of us, dude. Binge buddies. You know, I'm not on here often like this,
Oh yeah, no, definitely not. Yeah, this
but
is
when
great.
I am, this is what it's about. I knew we had to be, especially for this show being my show,
Mhm.
I had to let the people know the truth. And it, like I said, go watch it. It's great in that sense of like you have Avatar live action
Mhm.
for 8 episodes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
You're
never
gonna-
been done.
It's
They
never
brought
been-
it to you.
Yes. So respect that.
Mhm.
But like if we are here to critique,
Which we
these are my critiques.
Yeah, of course.
So I do, like I said, I'm going to watch it again. I'm not going to watch it nearly as many times as the cartoon. But who knows? We'll see what happens as they go more.
Right.
I right now, though, that's my analysis of season 1, 8 episodes of the Avatar, Last Airbender, Netflix, Nickelodeon collab, and I'm pretty sure Paramount, right?
Yeah.
Has to be.
You think they're gonna start drastically changing things?
Based off feedback
No. I mean, like, again, for the
in the
most
cartoon
part,
shows and stuff.
no. In the live action, do you think like because for the most part, although they
It
had
has
skipped around,
Yeah,
but I mean, like the base, like it seems like most basic things, I guess, are there.
oh, yeah. So you're saying like the main plot and
Mhm.
stuff. No, I don't think they'll change that.
No.
But I think there's gonna be a lot more left out. Like, oh, I forgot to mention this. The lovers in cave scene. Type in
No on. Lovers in cave. The kiss in cave, two lovers.
go to this. Go ahead. The way they did this.
In the show, in the live action here.
When I tell you, bro, play the speed. Yeah. Get forward. All right. So yeah, they tell the whole story.
What is the story right now?
You gotta turn it up a little bit, just a little. In a cave. In this story,
right.
They're stuck in this. They gotta go figure this out.
Yeah,
They're stuck in there. And the other crew's somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And it's dope because Sokka loves the badger moles. But anyway, I love this show so much. It's ridiculous. But look at this. What do you think is going on? A little kissy with these two?
They're gonna kiss,
right? With the little
oh, they did more than that in the show.
Lovers. Hold up. You know, but no, they don't kiss, right? Because eventually these two. That's the whole thing. Like animals at first,
right?
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
Because they're annoying, whatever.
Yeah. And that character, like the way they introduced that stuff, bro, horrible. Good night, everyone. I got work in the morning. Good night, Trenton Barnes. Thanks for tuning in. But they're alluding in that episode, would you say, to them two eventually gonna, they're lovers. They're the lovers.
Yeah.
Because they found the light together as
Correct.
lovers. The energy lit them through in the show. They talk about it. In the live action, it's Katara and Sokka in that same scenario.
Really?
Brother and sister.
It's kind of weird. Why would they do that?
Are you not trying to have Aang and Katara end up? Because they have kids together.
Right.
Just so you know. Not
with Sokka.
No, not with her brother.
Not with
No. But it eventually does happen. So you might as well
right.
The cartoon is more adult than the live action.
Yeah.
That's another thing I just thought of.
Are you really that surprised?
No. I am actually. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I'm done. I think that's good.
Are you done?
I think I did,
Wiping your hands.
I did my duty.
I would say so, yeah.
I watched all episodes in one day.
Mm-hmm.
I waited for my super producer and we did it. Binge Buddies. If we got early access like IGN, we'd be on it before them.
That would have been sick.
Honestly.
Early access, dude.
That's what they got.
What did IGN say about the show, though? They stroked it. Like Sokka and his sister.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, dude.
It's like, God, stop.
God, yeah.
Get out of here. You don't like certain things.
Wow.
I really appreciate everybody who's here live and who's watching this after. Everybody here at Downtime TV really appreciates all the subs, the likes, the comments, the shares. We really love you guys. We do it for you. Website, downtimetv.com. Merch.
Downtimetv.com.
YouTube, Tony Barnes, Jay in costume.
Oh, hell yeah.
And special episode of Binge Buddies tonight.
Very
But
special.
we're back tomorrow, not at the normal time.
No.
We'll be back at 7
I
o'clock.
think,
Yeah, I was thinking that too. 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Love you guys. We'll see you at 10 a.m. though for Sportsport. Peace.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.